Kijk, die mense begin nou so stadig maar seker by mekaar kom hier voor die Uniegebou se hekke. Hekke is gesluit. Sy roemer wat loop, Cyril Ramaphosa is hier binne vandag. Nietemin, die opkoms is 'n groot sukses. Riemonariaard, om dit te kan sien. Almal wat omgee vir ons landbouers en daar's vele meer nog vir die manne wat die motorfietsse het nie, moenie moed opgee nie. Ek dink tentatief die 5de volgende naweek. Ek is seker nie, maar ja, dan is die karre se beurt natuurlik. Uister.
Folks, welcome back once again to Indaba Africa. This is Chris. Topic of this video today, August 29th, 2020, is the Bikers Against Farm Murders plus Moord and Racism in South Africa. A bike rally taking place across South Africa, the key focus having been in Pretoria, a 50-kilometer circular route around Pretoria and through past the Union buildings, the seat of government in South Africa. So let's talk a little bit about this event, which is just concluding now. I've been up, did a live stream this morning. For me, it was 4 a.m. when it began, 10 o'clock in South Africa. This event took place all over South Africa, ladies and gentlemen. If you watch my stream, you'll see video and photographic footage of events from Limpopo, from Nelson Mandela Bay, from Durban, from Kimberley, from Pretoria, all over the country. This was taking place. At least 5,000 bikers in the Pretoria area alone taking place in this. It was not given much attention by the mainstream media or captured media, who don't seem to pay much attention to this topic. In addition to the plight of farmers and the brutality that takes place in rural South Africa with farm murderers, farm managers, farm workers being brutally slain almost daily in South Africa. This has been going on for 2+ decades, not getting attention. In addition to that, also during this stream, we brought attention to the plight of the Khoisan peoples of Southern Africa and South Africa in particular, a group of people, the indigenous people who settled in South Africa at least 50,000 years ago based on archaeological evidence that we have, and the later arrivals of the Bantu-speaking peoples coming down the Rift Valley, settling, coming through what is today Zimbabwe into the southeastern part of South Africa, and then moving further to the west, eventually coming in contact with another group of colonizers and settlers. After the Bantu colonizers arrived, that was the Europeans arrived in the Western Cape in 1652 with Jan van Riebeeck founding Cape Town and then starting the modern history of South Africa at that time. But the Khoisan have been there for a long time. And for the past 2 years, ladies and gentlemen, 2 years, the Khoisan have been sitting outside of the Union buildings in Pretoria protesting, trying to get the African National Congress to recognize that they are the indigenous inhabitants of South Africa. Their plight is ignored. President Cyril Ramaphosa is tone deaf. The African National Congress is tone deaf to their situation. But this report is more about the biker rally. What a phenomenal rally, ladies and gentlemen. Well-behaved, polite, considerate behavior, coordinated with law enforcement, with the South African police services around the country, so that there were no conflicts, not to obstruct traffic, not to cause problems, no riots, no burning, no looting, no attacks on anyone, simply people gathering in brotherhood to talk about farm murders. What a stark contrast to the utter nonsense taking place in inner cities here in the United States. But today, rallies around South Africa on the 29th of August, 2020, against farm murders and racism, plus Moord, the farm murders in South Africa. I'm going to throw in a couple clips here so you can see some of what happened in South Africa today. And hopefully this will be spread far and wide so people become aware of this issue and start talking about it. Why do I cover this issue? People are killed in South Africa every day, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of people, and mostly black people, are killed in South Africa every day. I also talk about those things. But the government is cognizant of violent crime in South Africa and does talk about it, although they do very little to curb it with their weak criminal justice system and weak police services. It's not to speak ill of people who work in either the criminal justice system or the South African police service, but the system is weak. The scaffolding holding things up is weak. Criminals know they can get away with crimes, and they do it wantonly, especially violent crime in South Africa. An average of 57 to 60 people are murdered each and every day in South Africa, ladies and gentlemen. Shocking. But the farm murders are particularly nasty. The violence, the terrorism that takes place with them, the intent to terrorize people, it's horrific. And it's done to whites, blacks, coloreds, everyone. But the media always talks about only the white farm murders, but lots of people killed on farms, and that's something that needs to be covered. The government of South Africa, famously, President Cyril Ramaphosa, 2 years ago in New York City, speaking to Bloomberg News, famously said, there are no farm murders in South Africa. No whites are being killed on farms in South Africa. And that's the reason why the coverage for this, because that's simply factually incorrect. He said that Donald Trump was poorly informed. No, Cyril Ramaphosa is either poorly informed or he simply outright lies. Which is it? One would hope he's simply poorly informed. But as the president of South Africa, one would think that he should be well informed on the issue of security. The government found the time to hunt down a group of so-called terrorists who sit around in their boxer shorts, overweight, in their 60s, supposedly going to terrorize black South Africans, and it busted a major terror group of 4 people. Yet the wanton wholesale murder of South Africans on farms is barely discussed. Well, folks, this is a little bit about that, and I'm going to put a couple videos in here. One of them will be in Afrikaans. My apologies for those of you who do not speak Afrikaans, but I will be bringing that in just a moment. And then I'll also show a report from Dennis Ross from Boer Media, Farmer Media in South Africa, which talks about this issue as well.
Chris, hi Chris, I just want to give you a quick update. Unfortunately, it was so hectic and we had some technical difficulties. Sorry for not being able to stream live with you. My apologies, but we will definitely next weekend, 5th of September, the same that happened today will happen with vehicles. It's going to be one amazing event. If I just summarize what happened here today, with about 5,000 bikers getting together to stand up against farm murders and racism against minority groups in this country. This was an amazing event. There's a lot of, as you've seen on the footage with the crosses being laid. The guys are excited in the back. Not excited so much for the farm murders. We all share the same empathy and the same sympathy of what's happening in this country, and it's real. There's no second guess on that. But the guys are excited for getting together, standing up as one nation, as one group of people being fed up and wanting this to end, just wanting this to end so that we can get back to normal. You know, the farming community is one of those communities that's so crucial in the country. It's a global thing. Farmers are the heart of the food supply chain, and for the government of South Africa, the ANC government, not wanting to stand up, not wanting to listen to the pleas, not wanting to listen to the calls, just trying to get an audience with them. It's pathetic. I'm trying to get hold of the Khoisan leader here. I've met with him a little bit earlier, and also their own plea. Being the original owners of land in this country, not even being recognized to have an audience with the government, with President Ramaphosa of the ANC government. One of their guys has walked miles and miles to get an audience with him, just to get their plea across. He's been camping here, living here, and on the grass, on the lawn of the the building. Sorry, I'm trying to get my proper English pronunciations here. By now you know that I'm Afrikaans as well. The union buildings here in Pretoria, they've been living here for 2 years just to get noticed, and without any success. So I'm trying to get a quick interview with them, and I'll also send it out to you guys there. Thanks for all the things that you guys are doing. Chris, the voices out in across the world, listening to us, assisting us, being there, promoting our cause. We so much appreciate it. My words are few, and as you know that by now, with the crosses being laid, there are 3 crosses. Young man lay down 3 crosses there, filled with all the names of the farmers that has been murdered in the country. It was such a moment there, and many of them, many moments that we had there of a young boy, a brother and sister that laid their crosses and the flowers. It's a deep thing. It's touching us. I'm part of the Boer folk, the Afrikaner folk, you know, it's close to heart. It's happening in our houses, in our homes, in our families, and it's a call that we are really we need this to go across the world. This is behind me is Bikers United, Christian Bikers United, pleading for the government to listen and to start doing the job and protecting our farmers. From me, Dennis, in Pretoria, what a wonderful day. Over to you, Chris. Talk soon. Be blessed.
So there you go, folks. There's a little wrap up from Dennis Ross from Boer Media, who was covering these events in Pretoria taking place today around the Union buildings about the biker rally against farm murders and racism in South Africa. I hope that you found this video informative, insightful, and helpful to understand the events taking place in South Africa as South Africans stand up against the violence in a peaceful, organized, polite, respectful rally. No looting, no rioting, no vile language. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not a subscriber to Chris Wide Africa, take a moment and subscribe to the channel by pushing that subscription button right down there. Sorry I stumbled, but YouTube has this nasty habit of unsubscribing followers. So if you do find yourself unsubscribed, go back and resubscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. Comments are welcome. If it's abusive, it'll just be ignored or it'll be mocked. But if it contributes to the conversation and discourse, we appreciate that. And finally, smash the like button right down there because likes drive viewership. Thank you so much, folks, for watching this video. Appreciate your patronage. God bless and have a good day.